Hello, everybody. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. And for those of you that were tuning in to see part two of NFAC and the Angry Viking Group, the retrospective on those two organizations that will be coming in the next episode. First of all, thanks for watching. And as always, please subscribe, like, and share. The reason that we pushed back the NFAC and Angry Viking Group Part 2 retrospective was because word of a trucker strike in the United States. And before I get into the trucker strike, I just want to say that what I do in talking about the NFAC, in talking about the new Black Panther Party for protection, any organization, what I'm doing, I'm doing it for historical purposes, and I'm doing it as an observer from afar. And it's and I try to be fair, and I try to be straightforward, and I try to call it as I see it. And I still get a lot of feedback that the Grandmaster Jay's a Trump a Trump stooge, let's say, and I think it's because of video evidence of him being at Trump rallies. Now, does that mean he's a Trump supporter 4 years later? No, it doesn't. Does it mean he's not? No, it doesn't. It just means that's my opinion. And I think and I've said it several times before, I think he simply seized a moment and had the tools to lead an organization that he's leading. And I'm going to talk about the other side of it, the Angry Viking Group side. And the reason is because the two are entwined, and it was forced. The entwinement was forced. It wasn't something that both sides were seeking. So that's part of the next episode as well. But right now, the reason it was pushed is there is talk, and there has been ongoing talk about a trucker strike in the United States. And the strike was first supposed to happen on November 11th, on Veterans Day. And while there were some that took part, it had little impact. Now, there are two groups. One group is called Stop the Tires 2020, and another group is calling themselves Trump Truckers. And both groups had said that there would be a strike somewhere around the Thanksgiving holiday. One even calling it from a 3-day strike from the 26th through the 29th, the 26th being tomorrow. Thus, the reason for this episode tonight. If the trucker strike supposedly starting tomorrow and running through the 29th, that was the initial report. Again, the Stop the Tires November 11th action, while it gained a little bit of notoriety and a couple of videos went viral on that time, it didn't have really any impact. The group called Stop the Tires has come out and has said that theirs has been called off. There will be no action anywhere around Thanksgiving. The organizer said in a video of his own that now's not the time, and that he had actually made the decision and it was an emotionally charged decision, and he made it based upon election results that hadn't been certified. So he was retracting the call for a strike. Now, the Trump truckers, according to a video that I've heard, and I don't have permission to use, but I have heard it, and shout out for the tip on that video. You know who you are. And that video says that there are about 20,000 Trump truckers that are going to show the country who really runs this country. And somewhere around the 29th, they are going to take action and shut the transportation system down. Now, there are some problems with that. One is trucker strikes since the 70s have had little impact because of legislation and because the unions have been weakened so much, that labor has been devalued so much in our country. And of course, I don't, I consider that sad myself and something that needs to be corrected, but that's not what this is about. This is about a potential trucker strike. If it started tomorrow on Thanksgiving, I don't think it would have little impact. People aren't going to notice. People aren't going to be purchasing. If it's going on Friday the 27th, people would notice if trucks weren't on the road in the numbers they usually are. And the concern I have about this is that some Trump supporters can be very vehement, let's say. And the threat of Trump truckers not allowing non-Trump truckers onto access to roads or access to fuel could become volatile very quickly because non-Trump truckers would not appreciate such restrictions. And actually the Trucking Association put out a statement congratulating Biden on his win and saying that they trusted that there would be infrastructure investment and improvement in our highways to make it easier on truckers. And I totally agree with that. So we will see what will happen. I just wanted to make everybody aware of the potentials for what could happen in the next few days. A lot of people will be reporting about it after it happens, if it does, but we're telling you about it ahead of time, just in case it does happen. What would I do? If there was something you absolutely have to have, get 30 days supply of it. Again, it could be a 3-day strike, but again, if it turns volatile, it could turn into a prolonged wrench in the flow of goods and services. So if there's something you absolutely have to have, get a 30-day supply of it. Otherwise, we'll see what happens over the next few days, but wanted everybody to be aware of it. Just something to think about. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm your host, Barry Welsh, and thank you all for watching. Thank you those that comment, those that email, and those that follow the Facebook page, and those that support the show. You're all loved and appreciated. And next episode, we will finish up talking about the NFAC and Angry Viking. Again, unless something major comes up. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a blessed, happy, safe, and healthy Thanksgiving Day. If you're going to be around loved ones, keep it limited, and keep the time short, as hard as it is, as accustomed as many of us are to spending long holiday days with our families. This year, we're just going to have to be a little bit different, and we're going to have to do it for everyone, not just our families and ourselves, but we've got to all come together and end this virus thing so we can get back to somewhat normalcy. It's never going to be as it was. It's never going to be the same. But it doesn't have to be like this either. We don't have to be setting records and deaths and in infections and canceling football games. It's serious if the NFL cancels a primetime football game, which is worth between 100 million and $250 million. It's serious. So if any of you out there still think this is a bullshit scam, the virus is a bullshit scam, I've lost friends, I've lost acquaintances, I've lost loved ones, and I'm not feeling too good myself. And anytime that happens, I coughed earlier, and anytime you're in a room and somebody coughs, first thing you think is, oh man, they get the Rona. Well, if you cough yourself, the first thing you think is, man, do I have the Rona? It's real. And it doesn't have to be this way. It got this way because of decisions made by politicians and by individuals. And we need to correct both. I love y'all. Again, have a blessed, happy, safe, and healthy Thanksgiving. And leave being a doofus to me, okay? No fights at the dinner table. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Love y'all.